Hello, welcome to the Jewel. I'm not the Jewel, you are the Jewel because Africa is the Jewel. And today I'd like to share with you my experience and how I came to the conclusion that I was actually relocating to the motherland. And let me tell you, it's been powerful. It's been wonderful, lovely. The sun is always shining for the most part, and the people are gorgeous. And I love their hospitality. And when I first landed here off the plane, man, it was just exciting because the brothers and sisters had signs up everywhere. Welcome home, brother. Welcome home. Welcome home. I didn't know them. I didn't even know them, but they knew me. So they made me feel at home right away. And I had previously booked a cab because I had planned my reservation, my stay here at a place called Tudungo. Yeah, Tudungo. So it was lovely there, you know. I wanted to stay there in particular because it wasn't far off. It was right there in the community, so I could mix and mingle with my brothers and sisters. They had a little shop right outside the gate, and they had sisters out there selling fruits and vegetables and things like that. And I actually fell in love with my stay there. It was really good, and the brothers and sisters that actually worked there, boy, we did things together. We cooked together. We talked all day together. So it was a nice experience. But getting back to how I come to the conclusion of I'm going to relocate from America to the motherland. Let me tell you, it was so weird because I've been on this spiritual journey, as far as I'm concerned, for about 10 to 15 years. I was having dreams, I was having visions and everything, man. You know, and I would talk about these things to my family and they thought I was crazy, right? He done lost his mind, right? I'm gonna tell you one of the dreams I had in particular. One of the dreams I had was the Native Americans, they were not the original Americans or our Moroccans. We were there long before them. And the dream told me this. And it also told me that they were bought out to say that they were there first. And this is why they have little reservations here and there and there and there. And later, as I did my research, according to Brother Taj Tariq Bey, they are actually Mongolians. They actually come from Mongolia. And also from my research, some of them may have also came from Siberia, but they are not the original natives. We are, okay? And also I found out that according to Taj Tariq Bey, that the land is actually the Al Moroccan Empire because during the time of Pangea, before that, the land was together. Then the storm came, separated us, and that little piece at the top was actually over here in the empire. So we have the kingdom of Morocco up here, but then the rest of this, North America, South America, Central America, all of that is actually the Al Moroccan Empire. And ironically, how they name it American, you know, the Americans, it's Al Moroccans. You hear the similarity? Anyway, I'm gonna save that for another time. But after having all these dreams, and I'll tell you another dream that I had. The dream was, why are you calling this dollar a dollar, a dollar bill? This is a piece of paper. A bill is actually a bill, and a dollar is actually a silver coin. So little things like this, and I would bring it to my family. They're like, "You crazy? You crazy?" Do my research, and come to find out that I am actually true. because that little dollar bill that you call a dollar bill is actually a fiat debt note, right? It's just a note. It's just paper. And it ain't backed by any silver, any gold, none of that. Anyway, little things like that that I come to understand and I share with my family. They say, you done lost your mind. So I kind of stepped off and kind of stopped saying these things to the family and just kind of kept the knowledge to myself. But anyway, and then finally here, after being on my job, just over broke for so long, I was getting so sick of having to get on the hamster wheel. Morning, morning, morning. Saying good morning to everybody and hearing those good morning. What I found out though is a lot of times what your oppressors do, they will say good morning to you to make sure you say good morning to them. It's not so much about them wanting you to have a good morning. But I don't even like the term good morning anyway, because when you're mourning over something. So I don't even like to refer to that time of day as morning. But anyway, that's for another day too. But little things like that, which brought me to this. Some days I would be getting up, getting ready to get on the hamster wheel, and blam, just get hit with a vision of fresh air, green trees, water, birds flying in the sky, butterflies, right? You gotta excuse my little buddies over there. I'll tell you about that too. So I was like, wow, that was so beautiful, right? And I tell you, every time I would have a vision like that, it would leave me thinking for the whole day. And after so many of incidences like that, be coming down the stairs, never fails when I'm coming down the stairs, damn, that vision would hit me. And I'm like, that is so beautiful. Then one day, I decided to do some research because in my mind, I'm like, that looked like Africa. So I did some research and I just so happened. I just so happened to come across this sister video, ES, right? Her channel is Eat, Love, and Migrate, right? And it's a beautiful channel. The sister was doing amazing things, and I was like, wow, Ghana. I was like, Ghana. Wow, she moved to Ghana and she was building this nice micro village and she was doing things and she was living free, and it captured me pretty good. But then when I did a little more research, I think in Ghana you have to renew your visa like every 90 days or something like that. And I think it may cost you 50 or 60 bucks, I'm not sure. But when you calculate that up every 3 months, it can add up. And then I also found out that in Ghana, when you buy land or property, it's more like leasing because it's only good for 50 to 99 years. And then you have to renew the contract, right? And then I later found that Ghana had started making people take COVID tests when they got there, but that's later down the line. I came across another family called the Bag family, or Black Anchors of the Gambia. And I fell in love with that family, and the lifestyle is like Gambia is a new developing country. They didn't have those restrictions on brothers and sisters from the diaspora coming back. Once you get a visa, you can extend that visa, but once you buy property, it's yours. So, for me, that was like the place that I wanted to be. So I decided that I was going to go to the Gambia, but I still wasn't quite sold. But my mind was made up for Gambia. So I said, how am I going to do this? So weird. Then I just so happened to get in trouble at my job. One day, I'll never forget, it was on a Tuesday. It was the 21st. It was like a spring equinox or something like that. And anyway, my job, what I did was I was a transit operator. So this particular day, I was pulling up, already in my head that, I'm tired of this getting on the hamster wheel every day, the same thing. Good morning, good morning. The best part of my day was that I would always take the routes that was driving through the hood. So I could deal with my brothers and sisters, That's how I was doing it, And if they were a little short on bus fare, it was never a big deal. These are my people, and I understand the situation that was actually created to oppress us. So it's not a big deal. I pulled up in there at this transit station. And again, like I always do, I see the cops harassing our brother, usually our brothers. But this day, they were harassing our sisters. And these were two older sisters, They could be like our auntie in their 60s, Sitting down, they were smoking a roach, from what I found out, because I got off of the bus and I went over to where the cops were. I won't call them officers because they're not officers. But I said, what's going on? And the sisters said, he's trying to take us to jail because we were sitting here smoking a little roach and we wasn't bothering anybody or anything. So I said, are you serious, man? The little Asian cop. I said, are you serious? I said, come on, man. Cut them some slack. I said, they're not bothering anybody. He goes, well, the law says this and the law says that. I said, man, okay. But you don't have to arrest him. Can you just give him a little warning? And he says, no, I have to arrest him. That is the law. So then I snapped. I went into what they call me, Brother Bay mode. I said, first of all, that's not law. It is law. I said, no. I said, that's color of law. There's a difference. He says, well, you're right. It's color of law, but that's the same as law. I said, no, it's not. It's one or the other. I said, you can have law, but you got to get law from them sisters right there because they're the indigenous people. This is their land. They are Moors, and they don't even know it. They're indigenous. Sister's eyes got this big. So I hope that put them to work to make them find out more about who they really are in our culture, because we certainly can't keep referring to ourselves as Black, Negro, color, or even African American for that aspect, So I hope they went to work and got busy on that. But so the cop said, well, it's the same as law. I said, no. I said, that's a code, a statute, or ordinance. That is not law. He says, yeah, you're right. It's a code, statute, or ordinance, but that's the same as law. Just as I was about to say something, his partner comes, Somalian brother. I don't even know if I should call him a brother at this point. You get out of here. Go get back in your bus. Go get in your bus now. What I say? I said, come on, brother. I said, you're not going to talk to me like that. Let's talk like men here. We're both men. No. Go get in your bus now. I said, you need to talk to me with some dignity and some respect. And I'll talk to you with some dignity and respect. No. Go get in your bus right now, and I mean it. Brother, you talk to me with some Dignity and respect. We are both men. You can't be talking to me like that. He says, I'm going to give you a warning. By the time I count to 3, you better be getting in your bus. I let him get to 1, 2, and 3. I was still standing there, and I told him, I said, you know what? You need to get me your supervisor, because you don't talk to me like that. Your behavior is way, way, way ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? He says, if you don't get in your bus, I'm going to call your supervisor. I said, you need to be calling your supervisor. I asked for your supervisor first. But anyway, I did tell him that I would have his ass deported because that's my land as far as I'm concerned. We're the original people there. And so, but anyway, so what happened with that is that actually led me to be on administrative leave, right? They put me on administrative leave for that. But I knew that I wasn't in no wrong. I knew I was 100% right. What did I do? I told the man to speak to me like a man. We're both men here, right? So, as I was on administrative leave, here I am. Boy, just kicked back. I knew they had to pay me. They had to continue to pay me, so I'm just enjoying it. But it's funny because during that time, I was walking down the stairs, man, having these visions again of all this greenery and all the water and the birds, and I'm like, wow, you know, that Africa, man. So yeah, so it got me looking more at ES, and then I came across the Gambia, and I was like, man, you know what? I was like, man, I'm going to Africa. I had it dealing with these people on the job all the time. They kept me in the office. One time they called me in the office because I didn't say good morning to a lady. She said good morning to me, and I didn't say nothing to her because I didn't feel like I had to speak to her, right? So I said, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I was like, I'm settling my house. I'm packing up all my things. I'm selling what I can, and I'm going to Africa. So that's what I did. I started packing my things and started putting my things in storage, and I invite all these people over to the house to sell what I can and save that money for my trip. And so I did that. And ironically, when my house finally got on the market, it sold the first day it was on the market. The realty company, they opened up at 9 o'clock, and at 9:05, my house was sold. So basically, that confirmed for me that was the power of the ancestors telling me to take my ass back to the motherland and get some peace, right? So I did that, and I was so happy my place sold so fast. And sold so fast, and I continued to get things out. And then I found out that the borders were closed because of COVID. So I ain't let that stop me. I kept packing and kept selling and kept getting things out. And I said, I'll go stay at a hotel, and now I'll pay the hotel until the borders open back up. So I got out of there. I went and checked into a hotel. And first thing I did, like the first day I got there, I called a ticket agent. And I told him, I said, book me a flight to the Gambia. He says, well, there's no flights going to the Gambia. I said, well, book me a flight to Ghana. He says, there's no flights going to Ghana either. He says, I can get you in Tanzania. I said, get me in Tanzania. So my journey was about to take me to Tanzania, even though my heart was set on Gambia. So the ticket agent called me back, and he says, hey, I found you a ticket to the Gambia. I said, what? I'll take it. So I took that ticket and made my way to the motherland. And I still wasn't sold, solidly, as if I was gonna love it in the Gambia. But once I got here, I was like, I was digging everything. I was digging everything, man. So anyway, I'm gonna share my videos with you as far as my journey, how I got it all started, and then I'll later come back and I'll show you some videos around the Gambia here. To my brothers and sisters, you know, one thing that I'll say to you before I go is, yeah, you know, coming to the motherland is a beautiful thing, but what I would like to also say is don't get caught up by not planning. You know, when you come to any parts of Africa, you need to have some residual income. And even if you were decide that you were going to move from New York to LA, you're going to need some money, you know, to sustain you to at least you get a job. Here, there are not very many jobs. So the thing that you would want to do is have some residual income. And perhaps you may even create a couple of jobs for our brothers and sisters here. So enjoy my videos, and I'll get back with you soon. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.